live at 5. It's offer review, and we're just going over some of the feedback that we got from the blog post today, and some things that I didn't cover in my blog post video. Be sure to check that out if you're in the video before this one right here. Also has been farmable for years. Adding to the strike pass is just to dilute the number of Wong shards we all need. Is still pretty terrible, even by Scopely's usual standards. Yeah, then this is right here, probably the best thing I've seen. Enough is enough. We were promised Eternals would be made more available soon 5 months ago. 5 months is not soon. Moreover, it has almost been a year since they were released. They need to be farmable months ago, not fountainable. We've been coming back the block every Friday for 5 months, eagerly anticipating news of where the Eternals would be farmable. We received only disappointment for about 20 blogs in a row. Scopely always says they want the players to hold you accountable. Well, here's your chance to be held accountable. And there's a link to the blog post, which was dated 5/13, where they said that Eternals, we would have information on the Eternals being made farmable soon, is what they said in the blog post. And that has not happened. So big disappointments generally for those two issues right there. Also, anybody remember a time when you could complete milestones by simply grinding? Remember maybe a year ago when being able to complete events by straight up grinding. I also remember Scopely slowly making milestones pay to finish. Now it just seems like they're just full blown pay to finish. From my perspective, they made it where you can grind hard just to reach the item for whatever month-long events is going on. And that's it. Unless you spend money, of course. Yeah, I don't like the trend that these events are. Typically in offer review, when I see items that are to help people get ahead on the milestones, I just skip over them because I don't like them at all. Okay, so no second half preview. Apocalypse is the second half preview. So clearly they have no long-term plans in the game other than a pop-up. Apocalypse. How hard is it to add a new campaign nodes, dark dimensions, or any other new creation? There's a little endless amount of supply of characters to choose from. So where is it, Scopely Boundless? Archangel, where is it? So Nokia's second half preview, I don't know. It's super late if it is coming. Then also, this is kind of interesting right here. We've had several adjustments to gold. We can get some adjustments to training materials already. And I personally am struggling with training materials. And I mentioned it to chat. It's like, yeah, is it gold and people are saying it's gold and some people are saying it's training materials. Seriously, I don't know what the actual ratio is, but I feel the ratio of gold to training mats is 5-1. And we're going to do I did a poll, which is actually contrary to what this post and what I personally thought was going to be the answer. I have 10 million gold and 100 gold orbs, which are pointless opening. I can't even level anyone up. I'm buying training materials from the arena store at every opportunity you can get. It's definitely more people out there that have way more gold than me and are sitting on them too. Come on, loosen them up. Now, I did a poll in chat, which is never super scientific, and I said, what do you need? Training mats or gold? And yes, more people needed training mats than gold, but the ratio wasn't as big as I thought. It was 53 to 47% training materials to gold. So I don't know what to read into that. It feels like, for me, I have plenty of gold and I just don't have enough training materials. And I thought this number would be like 80% training mats, 20% gold. Anyways, like I said, it's not super scientific. It's just my Twitch poll. Also, Yuletide Bringer did some interesting compilation of Scourge math and numbers, and he's been running this for a while. Now, the math on the famine and the war events is based off the 100,000 mark. So we had people go in and get exactly 100,000 points, and we tracked the number of players that were able to participate in the rankings of the Scourge. Now, for the very first Scourge, we didn't know that it mattered on 100,000 points. Players at 100,000 points. And so for the Famine Rogue event, there were 246,000 people at 100,000 points or better. And then for the War, Red Hulk, there was 243,000. So there was a net drop of 3,400 people, or a 1.42% drop. And then the follow-up Scourges, so there was the Pestilence Morgan Le Fay event number 2 and Morgan Le Fay event number 3. it looks like the number dropped about 1,000 people. And I don't know what to make of these numbers. I mean, maybe this could have to do with the game is in decline, which is my gut feeling. The game is in some sort of decline. Or maybe this is Russia. You know, as you may know, the Marvel Strike Force was removed from the Russia stores. And if you're in Russia, unless you're using like VPNs or something, I don't know if that had something to do with these numbers here or not. Hard to say. But anyways, Marvel Strike Force, the numbers are dropping a little bit without a doubt. Now let's get into offer review. We've got a bunch of offers to go over. And let's see, we'll toggle over here. We've got the Spider-Man 2099 offer right here. These are the orbs that give a minimum of 6, maximum of 180, and average about 9.3. Value at $3 a piece. That's an Armory 14. Maybe that's worth 50 cents or so. So that doesn't quite add up to $10. Then we've got these event orbs that I don't really like. Like, I could get behind this if it had like 400 T4s, but it just doesn't add up. And we don't know what this is really worth. This is like that one Reddit post was talking about. Is just like, you got to pay to offers to finish. But these month-long events so far have not been that way. If you grind and you stick through the whole month, then you do typically get through it without having to buy these offers. For those are the pieces for the 2099 event. All right, so there we go. We've got a Mega Orb. See, if this was closer to $5, I could recommend that Future Shock bundle. And then this right here is for the Rogue Gallery Heroic Ketchup. Now, I do like these orbs right here. And if these orbs were closer to, let's say, $1 or $2, then maybe I could get behind this. You know, say this is worth $10 to $20. These are worth $1.50 a piece, so that's worth maybe see, there's 5 times $1.50. You know, maybe $7.50. That's worth maybe 3 times $1.50, another $4.50. It just doesn't even come close to adding up to $49. Now you have to take into account what the milestones are worth, but I don't. The math on these milestones is, even as convoluted, weird offers, just doesn't add up to me, and the milestones just don't seem worth it, especially when we're so far away from the end. So same thing right there. At best, you know, I could say that this is worth $4 to $8. You know, that right there, maybe worth $3. That's worth maybe $1.50. I don't really place a lot of value in these, so it doesn't even come close to $25. Not enough to pull the trigger to say buy or anything like that. Again, if this was probably $4 or maybe $2, we could get behind this, but no, thank you. And same thing. I think if it was $1 or $2, maybe we could get behind it. Behind that right there, if it was $5, we could buy it. If that right there was $2, we could buy it. Famine Orb Party Pack. So this famine event is coming back on. It's coming back on Thursday. So famine event is on Thursday. So I don't see the need to purchase these when the event is so close, where you can just get your Young Avengers ready for the Rogue event that will be happening on Thursday, the second run of the famine. But if you could get these for under $3, I think that would be a good deal. You know, if you're looking for that, you could pull duds. Same thing here. We got Morgan Le Fay. If these were closer to $3, there's other things in here, the Morgan Le Fay, but in reality, on both of these orbs that we were just looking at, like, you know, the Rogue one and the Morgan Le Fay one here, there's Rogue on the sides. And then on average, you're going to pull about 3.54 Morgan Le Fay shards. There's other things in there, like Scarlet Witch. Now, there's other things in there that have value, but it's typically most people are just looking for the Morgan Le Fay. And like I said, $3. Gambit. Everybody's wondering where Gambit is in the Harvest Orbs. Well, here he is. 50 Gambit shards for $30 US. Not amazing by any means. And then we've got the Sunfire offer down here below as well. 50 Hulkbuster for $35 is the worst pricing possible. And then this is starting to get a little bit more sane, in my opinion. 75 character shards for $30 US. Boy, that would make a difference. I definitely need to get him up and going. They were definitely super scarce with him. Scarlet Spider, 75 Scarlet Spider. I think if this was closer to $15, I could get behind that offer there. And then right here, this is atrocious. They've sold much better offers recently. I think $20 for Doctor Strange. And now there's a one of the battle passes has Doctor Strange. The other one has Wong and Elsa. Wish it didn't have Elsa. I wish it was just Wong. But they're just kind of being shady, like they mentioned at the beginning of the video in that one post. Nico, 50 character shards for $15, which is fine if you're looking for Nico. Nico is a pretty solid war offense team member. Or A-Force. Scourge, they were second tier. Not as nearly important. But anyways, 50 character shards for $15. She is not currently farmable. I suspect when I see this type of pricing that she will be sometime in the intermediate future. All right, let's move on. This is confusing to me. Like, yes, I like the 75 character shards for $15. I think that's fine. But I don't know why they have 50 character shards for $20 directly adjacent to it. So buy the cheaper one if you're in the market for Mighty Thor. Although I feel like that buying her would have been better during the Red Hulk Scourge event. So we're past that. All right, then we've got a secondary Red Hulk gold and trading material offers. I very much like this one right here, 1 million gold and 4 gold orbs for $10. And I'm personally in the market for this right here. I may purchase this because I need training materials. I'm in the camp of people in the 52 percentile of people that are having short training materials. So there you go. Nothing special right there. 100 T4s for $10. Just earlier this week, we had one for 75 for $5. In the past, we've had $10 for $125. So nothing special. And then T3s, no T3 ability materials. The best time to buy them is for $5 inside of the Legacy 2 orb offers. That's $5. There you get about 350 to 400 for $5. That's the best way to buy it. Gear, not of any interest to me. And so we're going to scroll past all of this here. Legacy 3s, nobody likes. This is not a good deal. Again, if you're looking for gold, consider the Red Hulk offer for $10. Same thing. This is not a good deal. Consider the Red Hulk offer for $10 instead of this right here. Trash, more just Kraken snacks right there for getting to gear tier 17 as quickly as possible to get big boy Apocalypse first. It's going to be horrifically expensive if that's what you're doing, in my opinion. Let's see here. ISO 8 energy offer. All right. This is for coordinated assault, which is running right now, which they've moved the goalposts again on that event. I was looking it over briefly, and it doesn't look like it's the same as they've been changing it month over month now for a little bit. Getting hard to justify what they're doing over there. All right. Buy that over 2 different days. I buy that if it was closer to $2. No. Well, this is a increase in pricing, but the best deal for this is if you're in the market for these is $100 for 750,000. All right. So again, I don't understand why they do this. We've got one right here, 25% off, and one 17% off. One has 250,000. The other one has 300,000, but they're both $50. I guess they just feel like people don't look at all the offers before they hit the buy button. I'm not really sure what's the thinking or the psychology on that. Or maybe having 2 offers at the same price with different quantities or something like that is just anchor pricing and makes someone more likely to buy the cheaper one. That's the only thing I could think. Maybe that's the plan for attack on that. All right, we're kind of in the dregs of offer review, and so we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll just scroll down to the bottom, and yeah, there's nothing else worth talking about. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.